Hi. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Welcome, welcome again. Welcome, dear
Thank
friends.
you.
And welcome to Patrick Member Spotlight today. So, can we talk about, can you guess what we're going to talk about actually? We're going to
Absolutely.
talk about your mission because you have a big mission ahead of you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
excited to hear about it. So without
Yes.
wasting too much time, let's jump straight into what is Rimpage? How did you even think of this concept?
Mm. Well, I thought of it when, well, I'll start by saying sharing this. I had four brothers, so there were five of us. All of us loved basketball.
Mhm.
I was in sixth grade when I knew that I wanted to play professionally. And so that sort of became our dream. And all five of us were really competitive. So we were all pressing towards this dream. And
Mhm.
then when we graduated college, my two brothers got an NBA agent and he got workouts for them and stuff, but they never got an NBA contract offer and they ended up playing overseas and then for a couple of years and then they quit. And I remember thinking that that was a tragic way for the dream to end. And
Mm.
it was there was no alternative. There was no other big stage for us to play on. And I
Mhm.
remember thinking that that's a problem that needs to be solved. And so that's sort of where the idea came from. And we
Mhm.
really want to solve two problems. One is the capacity issue. There's just not enough room on that stage for all the players who want to perform. So I
Mhm.
created a league with unlimited capacity. There's no
Mhm.
limit to the number of players who can play. And the
Mhm.
other thing is on that stage, you have to be selected. And
Mhm.
so I created a league where you select yourself. If you feel like you have something to offer to the world of basketball, then you can freely get on that stage and show what you can do. That's
Mhm.
kind of where it came from.
Right. It's quite a vision. And it's
Yes.
quite unique as well, as you said.
Mhm.
So this is a one-on-one league.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
tell us a
Yes.
little bit more about what does that
Yes.
involve?
And it has to be one on one because of our mission. Our mission is to find the best basketball player in every city, every state, every country on this planet. Because
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, what we want is to find out who is the one best basketball player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So we do that city by city, state by state, nation by nation. So
Wow.
we once we have like 200 national champions, every
Mm-hmm.
country on the planet has put in their national champion. Then we
Mm-hmm.
have one final international tournament, and the winner of that tournament is the undisputed best basketball player in the world.
Wow. And that's something
Huge.
we never had before, right?
Never had before. Basketball has been around 75 plus years, and the
Mm-hmm.
best we've done is produce a best team,
Mm-hmm.
maybe in a country or best team in a league, but never has anyone ventured this far out to find out who is the one best player in the world.
Right. That is an amazing dream. And as I said, that is a
Yeah.
huge mission. How does that even come to be? Where did this start? Right, right?
It's
How early did you feel that this would
mm,
be your mission?
I had my first idea for this for Rimpage in 2009, and it
Mhm.
was just an inkling of an idea, just a flash of an idea that came into my mind. But I wrote it down. That's the important thing. I wrote it down, and then
Right.
over time, more of those came, and each one was like a puzzle piece.
Mhm.
And by around 2017, I had a clearer picture of what Rimpage needed to be, and that's when I got serious about it. So I
Wow.
had the first idea in 2009, sort of gathered all these pieces. By 2017, I said, I'm serious about this. This is what I'm doing.
Hmm. Beautiful. What an amazing mission. And how many moving parts does it involve?
Oh my goodness. If you can
Wow.
imagine
Mhm.
every city, well,
Mhm.
first of all, the unlimited capacity. So you
Yes.
have no limit on the number of players in a city who can join,
Right.
and then all of them compete so that we can establish a city champion.
Mhm.
Then you have city champions playing against state other city champions to determine who's the best in the state, and then up to the national tournament to determine who's the best in the country. So
Yes.
you can imagine a ton of moving parts and a lot
Mhm.
of cooperation will be needed all over the world. But
Mhm.
we're already doing it with the Olympics. And so it's
Mhm.
not a stretch, too large of a stretch to imagine we can do it in basketball as
Right.
well.
And how do you then you had to presumably learn the business aspect of things as well.
Yes,
How did you
yes,
find putting together? So
yes,
I get that you were already an
yeah.
athlete and this was a way of life, and that
Right,
and it
right.
came natural to solve the problem that existed
Hmm.
there.
Hmm.
But how did you then develop the other side that really needed
Yeah.
to be taken into consideration?
There are two things that are critical for me. First is a story. It's about how I got terrified about business. Okay, so we had this van, and we had this book, this thick book about how to start a business, and it
Mhm,
was always in the back of the van. And so when you're getting things in and out of the van, you always see it there. Like every day, you see the book. And
mhm,
one day, I said, I'm going to read this book because I want to start a business.
mhm.
And I didn't get through the first chapter before I got terrified. I got terrified because they use all
Wow.
these big words and all these difficult
Yes.
concepts and things. And I'm thinking, if this is how a business is started, I'll never get there. And so
Goodness.
I laid the book down, but
Mhm.
that idea, that desire to start a business never left me. And then
It's
years
almost
later,
it sounds
yeah.
like your idea was tested right at the beginning, right?
Yes,
To see if you're
yes,
serious about
yes,
this. And
yeah,
then
yeah.
please continue.
Um, and then I came across another book. So I gave it another try. I came
Mhm,
across another book, and I love telling people about this book. It's called
mhm.
My Personal MBA by
Right?
Josh Kaufman.
Mm,
In this book, the guy says every business on the planet is nothing more than the continuous progression through five processes. He
right?
broke it down, every business on the planet, to five processes. And he said the first one is you have to either create or acquire something of value, something that people want that they're willing to pay for. And the
Mhm,
second one is now you have this thing. Now that you have this thing, you have to get noticed. If no one knows you have it, they'll never buy from you. So
mhm,
that's the marketing part. Marketing is very simply getting noticed. And
mhm,
then he said, then once you have everyone's attention, now you have to turn that attention into transactions. And
mhm.
that's the sales part. And
Right.
now that you have their money, you have to deliver on promises. That's the customer service part where you give them the product and it needs to do what you said it would do.
Makes
And
sense.
now
Yes.
that you have that process going, those processes going, and you have the money coming in, the last process is you have to manage those finances so
Right.
that you can continue with the other four. When he said that, that blew my mind. I'm like, that's all business is.
Makes
It's
sense.
five easy steps. And I just went with it, and I've been going with it from
Mm,
then till now. I've even found a way to correlate that to a basketball player's career. And
mhm,
now Rempage has something called the Diamond Formula, where we teach players the business side of basketball.
mhm.
So that one book, that
Wow.
one book set us in motion. And then the other thing was this video I saw, where at the end of that video, I had overcome my fear of failure.
Mhm.
Because what I concluded was no one's ever done what I'm trying to do. No one's
Yes.
ever started a global one-on-one basketball league. And so
Mhm,
there's no one to mentor me, no one to say, when you get here, make this turn and do that. And so
mhm.
I said, I'm going to have to learn from failure. And I established a different relationship with failure, where I said failure is going to be my teacher now. And when you look at it like that, then you're rushing to it because you
Mhm.
want to learn more and more. And I
Absolutely.
guess with that is this determination that I'm not going to give up. Failure is not going to be the end. Failure is going to teach me how to take the next step forward. So
Right.
put those two together, and that gave Rimface wheels. So we
Mm.
got moving.
Absolutely brilliant. And you have those two words connected with Dreampage, dream and believe, right? How crucial are those to bringing
Yeah.
our dreams to life?
If you think about it, Katerina, nothing happens until those two things happen.
Mm,
Because before you can go anywhere, you first have to decide where you're going. Like
mhm,
I have this analogy that I love to tell. It's like, imagine you grab your keys and your coat and your shoes and you walk out to your car and you start it up and you start driving and then you decide where you're going. Who does that? No one does that. It
mm.
always starts with a picture of where I want to go, and then
Yes.
everything else is what takes you there. And
Mm,
so it is with life. You have to have a decision about where you want to go.
yes.
It's that simple. And
Mm,
that's the dream. That's the vision.
yes.
Some dream about where you want to go, what you want to be, who you want to be, how you want to do it.
Mhm.
You put that in place first. That's the dream. And then you'll never take action on that dream unless you have faith. Think
Mm,
about it. Faith precedes every action. Because
right.
if you don't believe you're going to succeed, you won't take the action. And
Mm,
so if you don't believe that you can realize this dream, if you don't have that faith, you'll never take a step forward on it.
Mm,
And the other thing is, you
we
don't
should-
have to know how you're going to do it. You just have to have the
yes.
faith that you're going to do it, that somehow you're going to figure it out.
That makes so much sense because we don't see the whole journey ahead of us.
Right, right,
Yes,
right.
yes.
Yes.
Sometimes the
I,
road wants to take us someplace else, that we can't
yep.
imagine. Oh,
Yep, yep, yep. I
amazing.
didn't see this day. I
Mhm.
just knew that this vision was going to be real. I knew it was going to be real.
Yes, yes. That is an amazing insight to have.
Yeah,
And what also is so noticeable that you're so active and supportive in the community that people really rally quickly behind your mission because your mission is so
yeah,
clear. And I want to point out also that on Mondays we go live for InPage
yes,
on
yes,
LinkedIn at
yes.
this same hour, incidentally. So
Hmm.
if you're free, dear friends, if you want to learn more, and if you want to hear us elaborate on this subject that Patrick has just touched upon, the vision and a dream and how you put that together. But if you want to connect the dots in your own life, even if you are not
Yes,
a
yes,
basketball player, this series
yes,
will serve you. So
yes.
I just wanted to point that out and to invite you. And I want to
And
thank you,
I,
Patrick, for finding time always to share these deeper
yeah,
insights with the
absolutely.
community.
I love it. I just want to say about that the what we do on Mondays. I really love that because RimPage is founded on a set of principles that can be universally applied. It's
Yes.
not just about basketball. And
Mm,
that what we do on Mondays gives us an opportunity to share those principles with people. And really what it does is it creates opportunity, it
mm,
unshackles people so that they can pursue their dreams,
mm.
whether it's on the court or elsewhere.
Yes. So we show up there for all of the people we are connected with in our professional networks. So if you ever have time or if you don't catch us live, go and look for replay because it is
Mhm.
causing a lot of comments, a lot of questions.
Yes,
People are getting
yes.
interested in this mission, and they're
And
getting interested in improving their own life.
right. And I just want to say, Katerina, people want to be free.
Yes.
Like we carry around this idea of limitations, but we want to be free. And so what we're doing for people is showing them the way to be free. We're showing them their exit where they can escape, escape from that limitation type of thinking and finally get on that path to where they feel alive pursuing their
Indeed.
dream.
Yes, indeed. Just reconnecting with the joy in their life, whatever their chosen path is. Even if your chosen path is a career, if it isn't
Mhm.
entrepreneurial or athletic in
Right,
any way, you can still connect the dots because when you live
right.
from an empowered place, you are living
Mhm.
connected with your true power and you can get fulfillment in your life, which is the ultimate
Right,
success that we all seek.
right. I
Mm,
love that you point that out, the fulfillment, because we talk a lot about success. We hear that word a lot, but
mm,
how many people are successful but unfulfilled?
yeah.
That's happening around us. And so I think that fulfillment is probably the fullest version of success.
Exactly. We want to eliminate regret in life as much as
Right,
possible. We want to live our gifts and bring our unique gifts into the world, and that
right.
requires us to be free, to
Yeah,
be free,
yep,
to dream and to believe in our dreams. Patrick, thank you
absolutely.
so much for
Thank
being
you.
and for giving us this time. I mean, it's only 15 minutes, but my goodness,
Mhm.
this mission is big, and the light that you shine is just so bright.
Yes,
Um,
I'm so excited.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. And dear friends, tune in next Wednesday for another member spotlight for Anchor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right.